Hi, today I want to talk about eating a variety of foods. It's really important to eat as many different kinds of foods as possible. And the ideal is to have things that are local, that grow here, because they usually have a balance among themselves in an environmental ecological system. And they are probably fresher because they haven't had to travel 3,000 miles from across the country or 10,000 miles from across the world. Um, and so they're actually fresher. They've probably been picked at the proper ripe time because they might have been picked very early and then even gassed to get the right color. So you think it's ripe, but then your body doesn't recognize it the same way because it isn't really ripe and it doesn't taste as good either. So it's harder to get your children to eat it, that kind of thing. Also, there's a lot of headlines now that say, oh, bananas or broccoli, you're supposed to worry about them, or almonds, all these things that are supposed to be healthy and kind of scaring you into reading an article, which probably doesn't even say almonds or bananas or broccoli are bad. It just explains how you need to balance them or cook them properly or get the organic ones and the ones that aren't going to have heavy metals and pesticides and herbicides on them. So don't let the headlines scare you away from real food. Just think about the quality of the food. It needs to be whole, organic. If it's an animal wild caught or grass fed, not overcrowded, not given antibiotics, and so on. And of course, I go into great detail in my book, The Single Ingredient Diet, where the single ingredient is just starting with foods. You can put 10 foods together in a salad, but every one of them was a single ingredient when you started. So you just get things that you could actually bring into your own kitchen and as an original food and then prepare it traditionally. But they find that in the wild, in hunter-gatherer communities, in the course of a year, they can eat up to 3,000 different species of foods. And yet, in the American diet, 90% of our diet is from corn and soy and cow's milk and wheat. And many of them are even they're the same species and they may be the same hybrid variety. So that's easier to bake with or easier to manipulate into a pasta, or soy is in everything and it's GMO grown in most cases, and it's not treated the way it has been traditionally in Asia, where they figured out over the generations how to get rid of the endocrine disruptors that are in the soy. So that's just one example of how limited our diet is. We have, what, 3,000, 5,000 different products in a typical grocery store that you can put into your mouth, but that doesn't say it's food, and it doesn't mean that your body's going to be able to thrive on it. So think about variety, make salads, make big vegetable soups, vary the kind of meat or dairy, use goat or cheese or sheep cheese, uh, and lots and lots of different fruits, fruit salads, and try to keep them seasonal. And so please use color to know that you're really getting all different kinds of energy into your body. So that's it for today. Just think about variety. It's you don't need to get variety from processed foods. You can get it from real food.